Welcome to part 24 of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. We are going to be dealing with the champ, but first, let's talk to Lumpy here in Rogueport. You see, Lumpy has a pretty good thing going on here. If you talk to him at least before you sail off to Keelhaul Keys, you can actually invest money so that Lumpy will come back with 300 times the profit. Or should I say 3 times the amount. All you need to do is give Lumpy 200 coins, and he'll end up coming back with like 600 coins. That is a lot of coins to actually work up for. And he is actually the better way of getting 600 coins, as opposed to one of the Trouble Center's missions. Oh god. Oh god, that mission. And I said I was going to do all the Trouble Center missions, didn't I? Oh well. That's going to be some massive editing I'm going to be doing for that. And for Chapter 7, no less. But for right now, we're going to be going here. Why in the west side of town? Because I've got the ability to turn sideways, and not only that, I also have Auron with me. If I would have done this earlier, I would have never been able to reach this cliff. So, now with Auron's help, I can. And that leads to the next area, by the way, but right now we have to finish off Glit's Pit. Well, we can't really finish it off, not until part 25, but still, for the time being, we have to deal with the champ. But right now, we've got ourselves one Shine Sprite, and we're about to get another. Now see, all we need to do is just use the Super Hammer, get rid of the block, and hop on the moving platform, and there we go, another Shine Sprite, sorry. And I just ground pounded into a lake. But anyway, what I'm ground pounding here actually, what I meant to do in the first place, sorry I had to close my door, I ground pounded 2 switches, and it revealed 2 pipes. Now, those pipes actually leads to, Boggly Woods and, Petalburg. And now we're here, since I've got 3 Shine Sprites, I can power up Auron. And Auron will learn Mini Egg, which is pretty damn good considering who I'm fighting against. Well, then again, Rawk Hawk is easy without it. Still, it just adds insult to injury when I not only have Shrink Stomp, but also Mini Egg. And besides, Auron gets gets double the HP boost if he actually gets a power-up. So yeah, instead of him having 10 HP, he has about 20. And that's pretty good. So now, let's get started. Let's go on ahead and go after Rawk Hawk. The Greg Gonzalez. Howdy, fixin' for a fight? Well, guess what? Your next match is the title match. Hooey, darn tootin', you're up against the champ Rawk Hawk. And now, here's the thing that you need to understand. Even in a championship fight, the prerequisite still stands. It only matters what the prerequisite is. Like, for instance, you have to use one special move. If you do not follow the prerequisite, you don't get the belt. I kid you not. You'll have to fight Rawk Hawk again. Which, honestly, is a great way to actually grind up experience points. However, it all depends on what prerequisite Grubba has you to do. Oh, and something else is different from this as well. Normally, that Grubba will take you straight to the ring. Instead, well, you'll end up following him the exact opposite direction. As a matter of fact, he's even stuttering. That lets you know that something's not right. And that something can be spelled out in 2 words. Rawk Hawk. Well, needless to say, there's something rotten about here. And we're gonna be put in this locker room and forced to stay here. Well, for the time being, anyway. And he just locked us in the minor league locker room. Well, that's just great. Yep, this is Rawk Hawk's doing. Definitely. And you wanna know what else? He's also responsible for that poison cake. Perhaps he may be responsible for the emails as well. Perhaps. But more along the lines of the match with Rawk Hawk is about to begin, and we're stuck in the minor league locker room. Well, I've seen that happen on WWE lots of times, so it's not too unfamiliar territory. But for people who actually play the game, they kind of get that impression. I mean, there was like one time where Triple H beat the hell out of The Rock and just had the D-Generation X beat him up for a title match or something, not a title match, rather an actual match, and caused him to almost forfeit had The Rock not actually made it to the ring. I mean, they've done that angle a lot of times in WWE. But nonetheless, Rawk Hawk is out here talking smack while we are literally locked in a minor league locker room. And Auron is pretty ticked off. Well, the dialogue changed depending on who is your party member at the time. Yeah, Auron definitely has some anger issues. But he's really cool nonetheless. Oh, we'll be getting to the ring soon, don't you worry. And we'll also lay a smackdown on Rawk Hawk, don't you worry about that either. We just have to go through another cutscene, that's all. Now then. Oh, wait, did he just say I fear the Rock? Oh, hell no. As soon as I get out here, I will make you my bitch. And then fry you for some fried chicken. Oh, I can smack talk too. But for the time being, we need to find our way out. Which, something actually important comes into play. Remember, there's a lot of things that Bandy Andy actually pointed out, and we've only found 3 of the mysteries so far. One of which happens to be the mysterious poster that you can hear voices in the background. Well, of course you can, because there's a room hidden behind there. And I'm gonna have to make sure that there's no items here because I don't want to be left behind. And no, what I'm trying to say is I just hope there's nothing in there that I'm leaving behind, that's all. Because like in the Major League locker rooms, there was an ice storm. So yeah, there's that. Oh, and he also mentioned something about the toilets, too. Well, yeah. There's a reason why someone keeps saying occupied. You see, Rawk Hawk was actually spying on Mario via the toilet. And everybody's saying the champion has some bad bladder problems or something like that. He was actually spying on Mario and trying to devise a plan to keep him from taking the belt. That's why he's constantly had the room occupied. Oh, and depending on who you have with you as a partner, they have some really funny dialogue. Like, Auron respects plumbers, and as you can see, Flurry doesn't want to go through that ever again. And Coop asks, how does Mario does this? And Goombella, well, she's completely grossed out. Understandably. So he basically solved, like, 5 of the, mysteries. Because we had the flightless stairs. Well, actually, not 5. We only solved, like, 4 of the mysteries, actually. We had the flightless stairs and the groaning, in the storage room. Not to mention the noises in, the minor league locker room. But now that, I'm here, I'm going to lay the smackdown on Rawk Hawk like nobody's business. Oh, and I apologize for the video skipping. It's going to do that. I don't know, it's been doing that as of late, and I apologize. And since I'm late, I might as well give him a show. Also, if you probably noticed, the second time around when Mario becomes champion, one of the audience members will call out Jumpman. And then they'll say, oh wait, never mind. Anyway, now it's time to have our showdown with Rawk Hawk. You wimps should have stayed locked up safe and sound. What kind of trash talk are you doing now? Wait, did you get that security guard to lock us in the locker room? You're darn right I did. I also sent that poison cake to you suckers. That's what happens when you mess with me, baby. You beat the pain train. Too bad Shell Shocker ate the cake. Oh, and as for that guard, if you actually talk to the guard before the fight, Mario's about to whip his ass, but the guard was like, you're trying to pick a fight with the wrong person, and he also clearly denies that he has something to do with Rawk Hawk, even though he just finished admitting it. Now then, let me just talk about this fight. You want to know why I'm so happy to have Mini-Egg? Because Rawk Hawk is not only immune to Mini-Egg, but actually about to not only weak to Mini-Egg, sorry. And as you'll soon see, he's also weak to immobilization. Nope. Here, you have that. Thank you. So now Rawk Hawk will be frozen in place for the next 2 turns. Not only that, Rawk Hawk is going to be shrunk. Now then, Mini-Egg. It all depends on what kind of egg Auron actually throw. Sometimes Auron will throw eggs with miniature on it, and when he gets to level 2, he'll actually throw eggs with other effects. You just gotta pay attention to him, and I gotta remember what type of eggs are they. Ah, went a little bit too late. Anyway, all you need to do is use Mini-Egg once with Auron, or you Shrink Stomp if Auron doesn't have Mini-Egg. And he's still, well, he was immobilized, but not for long. Oh, by the way, if you happen to notice that cut, that's because the video is lacking terribly. Oh, but there's one thing that needs to be talked about. The theme. The theme of this battle is just absolutely awesome. This is the type of theme that'll actually get you pumped up. But let's also talk about Rawk Hawk. He has a few nasty attacks on his own, and he had like 5 turns of not using them. First one, this always happens when it's his first time to attack. And it's been like 5 turns since he's actually used the move. The first one was the flying dive that he normally does. Also, he does a somersault on both you and your partner. And since he's miniaturized, it's not going to do too much damage. But there's one thing Rawk Hawk also does. He loves to do a slide kick that actually is pretty damn painful. But if there's anything that you should watch out for, it's his desperation attack. Because Rawk Hawk will climb onto the ceiling, making himself unreachable. Except for by Auron or by Flurry and by Goombella. However, Koops couldn't do anything. However, you can use the Quake Hammer to knock him down, but if he's on the rafters, he will shake some props and stuff down, and will do some serious effects to both you and your partner. But unfortunately, I made him look exactly like I said, a bitch, and got 12 star points from it. I would have gotten more, but I already leveled up on the way up here. And with that, Rawk Hawk has been defeated. Trust me, if you just shrink Rawk Hawk and immobilize him, this battle is nothing. One thing that can be actually pointed out, that Rawk Hawk actually is clueless about the emails that you were getting about staying away from the Crystal Star. Oh, we'll find out about that soon enough. But for right now, since we've got the Glitz Pit Championship, I can wholeheartedly say this: the champ is here! Yeah, that's right. I said it. And I could do that better than John Cena. So now that I've done the prerequisite, I have the championship belt. Had I not done that, I would have still remained #1 contender and have to refight him all over again. But I didn't have to go through the trouble of unlocking myself out of the room. So yeah. We now have to go to the Champions Room, which is actually much better than the Major League and Minor League locker room. The Champions Room will actually heal star points, so if you use them, you can go to sleep and your star points will be revived. But as you are champion, you're still bound by the same rules as Glitz Pit. However, you're doing title defenses. And on top of that, if you lose the title, you'll go back to the minor league locker room. No, not the minor league, the major league locker room. And have to fight the champion of that, in that current time to get the belt back. It's sort of like wrestling. And that's why this stage is pretty darn fun. However, it just hit Auron that Rawk Hawk had absolutely no clue as to who sent those threatening emails. Not only that, they just discovered there's voices in the vents. So now we're about to solve probably the 5th riddle. And that 5th riddle is the ghost in the Champions Room. Now that we've solved out 5 of the 7 wonders, we'll soon find out about the other 2. Remember, the other 2 wonders was the disappearing fighters, and of course, the other one is Miss Jolene. We won't find out about her later, but we will, however... Okay, I may have spoiled it a little bit, but we will, however... come on. Jump across. Oh, damn it. But we will, however, find out about... Wait. The other riddle was the lights in the ring. Never mind. My bad. Just use the super hammer on the vents, and also, as I was saying, you will actually find out about the mysterious glowing lights in the ring, because that was one of the rumors as well. Since we found out about the ghosts, this is an air conditioning duct. And is that Grubba? Talking about that his body will never age? Excuse me. Well, here's the thing. about Grubba. His character actually is Vince McMahon, as I told you. But this whole entire chapter is actually about the infamous 1990 steroid allegation. That's basically what this whole entire chapter is about. And making fires disappear, that's referencing to Vince McMahon firing people who happened to testify against him in the steroid allegation. Hulk Hogan being one of them, which is why Hulk Hogan ended up in WCW. So, yeah. They made a subtle nod to that, by the way. It's pretty interesting that they would do that. But they went above and beyond the Call of Duty as far as for wrestling gimmicks are concerned. Anyway, we're gonna have to search his desk drawer, but also, let's look behind this cabinet because there is a star piece. And there's another star piece in the right drawer of his desk. No, right drawer. There we go. Now for the left. And this is the paper that Grubba talked out loud about hiding. And this solves the mysterious lights in the ring. Apparently, Grubba has a machine that is using the Crystal Star's power. So in other words, Grubba's responsible for everything that's going on down here. Yep, he has a lot to answer for. Also, Prince Mush is actually dead, as is King K. But for the time being, the culprit actually reveals himself to be a real total scumbag. Hey, she just took the words out of my mouth. And now Grubba's going to run for it because he's been exposed. Oh, he may run, but he can't hide, because in the next episode we're going to finish off Chapter 3. And this is RV Man 985. Hold on, let's get Auron over here, because once we start this chapter, we're going in after him. See you guys next time as we go after Grubba and his menacing device. See you guys.